everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to give Danny a surprise chicken coop makeover. Danny is currently getting a trailer. He's starting a business as a trucking company, so he needed to go get that. So while he's not paying attention and he's not here on the farm, I'm gonna redo our entire chicken coop setup. For those of you who don't know about this coop, it was initially Sydney's playhouse, but she has the play area in the basement, which she actually uses on a daily basis because she doesn't need help getting in and out of this area, along with the fact of she's kind of scared of the chickens. She loves the baby chicks, but the adult chickens kind of scare her still. So the story of this coop, other than it being Sydney's old playhouse, is that we used to have the chickens in the large coop that the chicks are currently in. And one day I came out and we were missing 2 chickens. Oh, you found another stick?
Yeah.
All right, come sit.
So let me put it in the pile.
We're collecting sticks for purchase. But I came out one day and there were feathers all over the ground. A couple of our chickens were bloodied and tore up. Something had gotten into the coop and killed a few of them. So in a gallant effort to save them / get everything taken care of, we very quickly turned this into the chicken coop where they could be safe. And it's worked out so far, but the problem we're running into now is that the chickens don't actually like to lay in the coop. They prefer to lay under the coop. So I'm going to show you what we have now, and I'm going to take you through how we're going to revamp it, and then also Danny's reaction at the end. So let's go get started on that. So the biggest problem we have right now is the chickens like to lay underneath the coop. So you can see right here, I am starting to put chicken wire there, and I'm going to dig it into the ground so they can't get under there. This is the current setup we have inside the coop. It's very large and spacious for the amount of chickens we have, but we only have 1 perch. The shelving units aren't the most ideal for the space we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to revamp it a little bit to see if we can make it more chicken friendly. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna search for some perches. And I'm going to see if we can take these shelves apart and maybe salvage some of that wood for nesting boxes. If not, then we'll see what we're going to do with them. The current nesting boxes we have are just cardboard boxes with straw in them. We're going to revamp those and see if we can do something a little better that the hens maybe like more, because right now they do not like this. Update on those shelving units that we have in there. Unfortunately, they're nailed and not screwed, which they're easy enough to kick apart, don't get me wrong, but I really like when things have like screws in them so I can repurpose the screws to other projects. Nails are a little more difficult to repurpose, so I'm gonna get these taken apart and see what we can make out of them. I am going to go ahead and pull this out and decide underneath the straw we actually have carpet, which is such a weird thing. We did not do this. This was the previous owner, and I'm gonna see what the wood looks like underneath this carpet, because having carpet underneath your straw is probably not the best idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. It's moments like these I wish I wasn't surprising Danny and that he was here to do the heavy lifting, because I'm trying to get the old carpet out of this thing and it's kind of difficult. It's kind of stuck, but I'm gonna figure it out, and if need be I'll cut it up, but I prefer not to because, you know, this is gonna be messy and take a lot of time. So I really wish Danny was here to help with me this, but we'll figure it out. Did it. Got the stupid carpet out of this thing. There is some water damage in here that was hidden by the carpet. Like if you look right here, it's kind of squishy. Same with right here. For now, we're gonna ignore it. Maybe that's not the right answer. We have some over here too, which makes no sense unless it's leaking somewhere. Which, I've been in here while it's been raining. I've been in here while it's been snowing. I don't know of any leaks in here. But eventually it looks like we're gonna need to replace a few of these flooring areas. But for now, we're just gonna let it go. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see it just so we can get this coop set up. And when we have a little more money or when lumber's a little cheaper, we'll get the plywood to kind of fix it. It's about 2 in the afternoon. We've been working on the coop for about an hour now, and it's starting to rain. So I had to move our helper underneath the carport so she wouldn't get rained on, and I think she's enjoying it a bit. He smiles. All right, here is the harvest of random sticks and doodads from the property. I just kind of walked around with Sydney to collect them. These are my sticks, and those are Sydney's sticks. We're probably not going to use Sydney's sticks, but you know, that is also what I found under the barn. Bunch of garbage, but I'm going to get rid of it properly. I just wanted to get it out just in case we ever did need to crawl into the barn. We weren't going to poke ourselves with whatever the heck that is. Here is all the stuff I pulled out of the barn. I am destroying those 2 things. We have quite a nice pile of like lumber type press board. Probably use it on something. Danny calls me a hoarder because when it comes to projects, I keep everything. But as you see here in a few minutes, I'll show you why that is important, because I definitely can use all of this stuff later. And lumber's expensive, people. Lumber is very expensive. So I might be a hoarder, but at least I use it eventually. The carpet though, carpet we're getting rid of. It's very gross and not useful whatsoever. So I am getting rid of that, Danny. See, I'm not a complete and utter hoarder, just slightly. Normally I prefer using straw for the older hens, but our local feed store was out of straw. So this time we're going to go ahead and do pine bedding or aspen bedding. So I'm gonna get this spread out in here so that even if I don't get this project finished tonight, the girls have a nice, dry, warm spot to sleep until tomorrow. I'm currently making nesting boxes out of these shelves. What I'm doing is I'm pulling the carpet off of them, and then I'm going to be setting them up. And after I pull the carpet up, I'll show you what that looks like, and we'll get them screwed together. So the wood right here isn't the right size that I want, so I'm gonna cut them in half with the Sawzall. I get to play with power tools. I should probably have an adult somewhere nearby. I don't have a workbench, but I have 4 cinder blocks and a bit of ingenuity, and that should be enough to keep the board still enough for me to get the Sawzall through it. Let's find out. To be honest, that worked better than expected. I still suck at using a Sawzall, but I cut one board in half. I got one more, and then I can make my nesting boxes.
Hello, Danny, Mom, if you're watching this, you might want to stop, because I'm about to show you how I did the last one, and I really don't want to give y'all a brain aneurysm out of worry or my stupidity, so maybe skip a minute or so, because I'm about to do some stupid stuff. So,
I just wanted to say I'm muting this part because it's an extremely loud saw sound, and I just wanted to save somebody with headphones their hearing.
boom, baby.
These guys are just kind of sitting here. I gotta get them screwed together, but this is kind of the general idea of this kind of nesting box. I'm gonna make 2 different sizes and see what they like better. If they like this one better, next time I'll make it in these dimensions. If they like the larger one better, I'll make it in the larger dimensions. So this is kind of what I had for the nesting box. It's just a basic rectangular shape. It has 2 doors that the chickens can get into, and it doesn't have a top yet. I'm gonna see how much they like it because it's kind of secluded off on its own. If I need to, I can separate out the 2 doors into like other, almost like separate nesting boxes, but I'm running out of daylight. and I will see if they like it or not, which they're getting ready to come in for the night because it's getting late. So tomorrow morning, I'll come back in and see how they like the nesting box, as well as their new perch setup. Leave it to Raptor to be a special little snowflake while I am trying to get the new hutch set up. Just a little prelude to the next video. I don't think this is working. Hi. I'd like to say that I'm a very fair and easygoing chicken owner. But it's really dark out, and I'm trying to get these guys into their homes, and I don't think they like that I changed it so rapidly. But we're gonna see this through to the end. Ouch. Which one is this? It's Hawk. Hawk doesn't like this. But I gotta get them all to bed, and somebody's not too happy. So check it out for next video on Thursday, and I guess you'll just have to see what happens and how I fix this problem. Bye, guys.